The proposed Eastern Caribbean Ferry Service to be delayed. Discussions to continue with the THA. TUCO Tobago wants to do more on the island. And NCBA proposes to restructure Bago Carnival.
Info Update. Bringing you the latest news, views and reviews.
Along with responses,
comments and events
affecting you.
Brought to you by the Information Division of the Tobago House of Assembly.
The Eastern Caribbean Ferry will not go ahead as planned, at least not for now. The Minister of Transport gave this commitment when he met with the Chief Secretary of London and other members of the Tobago House of Assembly. Details from Davia Chambers.
Earlier this month, the Chief Secretary made it clear that he was unhappy with the central government's decision to use the fast ferries which service Tobago for the new route. The information in the public domain suggested that they would be used during so-called off-peak times, but Mr. London objected to this, saying the first priority must be a reliable inter-island service between Trinidad and Tobago. He suggested that the plan be shelved until the issues which plague the air and sea bridge are resolved. The Chief Secretary outlined his concerns in a letter to the Transport Minister, and they agreed to meet today. Mr. London said these decisions were taken.
The potential of the Eastern Caribbean service was recognized, but in the circumstances, it was agreed that the sea bridge must be given priority, and the issues facing Tobago and Trinidad must be what would be our focus until such time as the circumstances change.
The Transport Minister, Stephen Cady, says that his ministry doesn't want to put at risk the reliability of the operations between Trinidad and Tobago on the sea bridge, so the plan will be put on hold.
Any further discussions on the inter-island ferry would be postponed and delayed to a different date until it is felt that the equipment that we are using on the ferry service, that we would have the highest reliability figures.
Mr. Cady says discussions on the Eastern Caribbean Ferry Service would continue when the two fast ferries are servicing the Tobago route effectively. The Secretaries of Tourism and Transportation and Infrastructure and Public Utilities also attended this morning's meeting. I'm Davia Chambers for InfoUpdate.
The chairman of TUCO Tobago, Ainsley King, says he's happy this island's Calypsonians are being nationally recognized. This year, 10 of them qualified for the semi-final round of Calypso Fiesta at Skinner Park. That's a record for Tobago. Mr. King says a number of Tobago-based soca artists also got airplay on the national radio stations during the Carnival season. Despite these wins, he'd like to see TUCO Tobago manage more of its own affairs.
We are a part of a national organization, and we are in a position, it's not just TUCO, we have the other interest groups, are in a position where there's not really an arrangement governing the relationship between the interest groups and the Festivals Commission, and therefore we have a problem where boundaries are concerned.
Mr. King would also like to see the organization given a home here on the island. He says he intends to raise the matter with TUCO's parent body in Trinidad in an attempt to increase the quality and the level of participation in the art form here in Tobago. Staying with news from Carnival, let's tell you that the National Carnival Bands Association has a few ideas it believes will improve the quality of Bago Carnival. Umadara Mills has the details.
For yet another year, the parade of the bands in both Scarborough and Roxborough got off to a late start. But the chairman of the Tobago faction of the National Carnival Bands Association, Terence Sandiford, says there are solutions to this problem. At present, grants are given to bands to come out on the road at a specific time. But according to Mr. Sandiford, some of them decide against showing up when they don't have enough masqueraders. The grant is usually forfeited if the bands don't have the required number. Mr. Sandiford says he believes this should change.
I think if it is that a small band that requires 20 persons, parade and stage with just 18, some sort of percentage should be taken away.
He says that the NCBA is willing to meet with the band leaders to improve the quality of Bago Carnival, but the band leaders must collectively want to take the necessary steps to improve the festival. I'm Umadara Mills for InfoUpdate.
That's it from all of us at the Department of Information. I'm Lois Vincent and you've been listening to InfoUpdate.